Hello and welcome to another update video about Ethereum. So far we've seen the anticipated breakout to the upside of the green support area. Let's see if it holds. As I said in previous videos, if Ethereum can hold the 1218 level and does not go below 1218, then we could be, in the very best case, set off for a possible third wave that can even take us to new all-time highs eventually. Now, it's way too early to say that because there are other options along the way. It could just be an extended B wave to the upside and so on. But this is a very important, or was a very important support area. Yeah. So this did stress that really in many videos. Price has now turned around. So for me, it's now just about observing if we can hold this key support, which will prevent Ethereum to get back into the price range. I've made a first attempt yesterday, was late yesterday, to make a wave count here of a 5-wave move to the upside, again only in a diagonal, but I will now adjust this in line with what Bitcoin is doing. So we're going to take a look at that in a minute. First of all, let me take out these here and that one. So yeah, let me just do a bit of a recap. So we rallied here in what I believe could be a 5-wave move into the February highs, yeah, to around $1,745. Came down, did last week highlight to you that Ethereum needs to hold and sustain above $1,400 in order to prevent a much larger breakdown. It did not sustain, it did briefly break below 1,400, but it did hold the $1,400 level eventually. So that leaves now the following options. It either means we are going up in a third wave straight away. I'm quite skeptical about that. How would that roadmap look like? So if Ethereum moves up straight away in a third wave, it would indicate that this third wave here will sit somewhere up there. Yeah, and let me just adjust this. This would be the third wave only. There will be a fourth, there will be a fifth. That fifth will complete a higher wave 3. So there is a lot going on there, and that will carry on like that to the upside. So wave 3, wave 4, wave 5. And it will just escalate even higher because you still have this one too set up from earlier in 2022. So what means, or that means that this, so if we say, okay, third wave, fourth wave, yeah, fifth wave, that will only complete a higher degree wave 3. There will be a 4 and a 5, and that could take us eventually to new all-time highs, okay? So that's one scenario. I'm still skeptical about it, but it's certainly possible. If we look at various altcoins, those charts actually suggest that, okay? That's one possibility. The other possibility is that this fourth wave is not finished. Yeah, we talked about that throughout the entire, I think throughout all of last week. And I said this is valid as long as we don't break and sustain below $1,400. So that's still possible that we are now moving up just in a fifth wave. Yes, it would be a deep wave 4, but it's not invalid. Because Ethereum did hold, you could say, let me see. It did hold the 61.8 fib level. It came a bit too deep, so it's not my preferred option, but it doesn't invalidate the wave 4 option. It never broke into the wave 1 price range, which was here at 1350. So that's still a valid option. In that case, we basically get an impulse to the upside, maybe to the $2,000 level, yeah? Maybe. But we will be able to pick that up along the way. And the third option, and that's one that I really observe with a lot of focus here, the third option would be, we came down in a corrective pattern. This was only an A wave of a larger correction, indicated here in yellow actually, that this was just a B wave. So far it's only in 3 waves. And that would just sort of, I don't know, it's always good to be on the side of caution here, right? So that's certainly a possibility. And we could then come down in 5 waves in a C wave. So these are the 3 options. This last option here is very likely as long as we still stay below 1662. So this is still something to be on the lookout for. That could send us to new lows in the green support area. If that happens, I think a lot of altcoins will have some difficulties because some of them have moved very deeply into their relevant support areas. That could eventually lead to a break of that larger 1-2 setup that we have here on the radar for Ethereum. So those are the 3 key scenarios. What am I leaning to? Well, either, I think, to be honest, I'm either leaning towards a third wave breakout, or that this is just a B wave, we come down and would then move up again. Yeah. These are the two scenarios. But below, above 1662, I would be in favor of a direct breakout. Now, I would still be skeptical about a direct breakout because it would confirm basically a third wave rally, which again would take it possibly, it's too early to confirm, to new all-time highs. But yeah, we're not there yet. First, we need to see, do we actually hold that resistance area? And at the moment, the pump is only in 3 waves. And I did highlight in yesterday's video, and I can't remember if it was the Bitcoin or Ethereum video, that typically after such a strong move on a Monday, if that happens on a Sunday, typically the Monday sees a bit of a retracement. So we need to be ready for that anyway, some kind of a retracement, because Ethereum did move into the sort of overbought range on the 4-hour chart. Now that doesn't mean it couldn't go up higher. It just means that these are the times when we also need to be on the lookout for possibly a bit of a dip down at some point, right? We see that at the moment, but we take a look at what that means for the wave count. So in the end, I think everything we talked about in the last video, in the last week, so sort of worked out. The expected turnaround from this support area. I would have liked to see maybe one more low, but as I said, you know, you do expect one more low until the signal level is broken. Signal level was 1480. After 1480 was broken, we did rally around about 10%. So anybody who observed that signal level, there you go. Could have been a good hint. Okay. Because I had a few questions. You know, do I not expect one more low? Well, as I said in the last videos, you need to listen to all words. Above 1480, we cannot be in favor of one more low. So that was a quick breakout. Things happen very quickly in crypto. So that's why I tend to scale in. I like the idea of scaling in, taking the lazy approach. And what some people need to realize is technical analysis is different from trading. So just because you've got a TA here doesn't mean this will replace the trading skills for you. It gives you some of the tools, yeah, but you still need to add a strategy and and trading skills to it yourself. And the reason is that some people, I've seen a few comments that over the last few weeks generally, and I think that's sort of a misunderstanding. If you say, or if I say, we don't have a confirmed uptrend yet, and maybe only 3 waves to the upside, that doesn't mean it couldn't rally. It just means that from an Elliott Wave point of view, I cannot confirm that this is like a 5-wave move to the upside, okay? So at the moment, this subwave structure here has only 3 waves, for example, so it could easily be a B wave. So we need to be on the lookout for lower. That might have some implications for your own strategy and for your risk that you put on, okay? Because some people seem to think you need to wait until you get confirmation. Now, when do you get confirmation? Let's add that. I just want to combine that with a bit of an educational one here. So if we have a wave 1, 2, yeah, I did say, by the way, in the videos last week that it could be a 1, 2, 1, 2 pattern, but you never know without confirmation, right? So one level of confirmation was the break above 1480. But you've got a 1, 2 setup here, another 1, 2, then probably here a 3, a 4, a 5. So that would only finish the 3rd, 4th, and 5th. So in Elliott Wave, you need 5 waves to the upside, 5 relevant waves to confirm the trend has shifted. First level of confirmation. I don't see that yet, so I can't confirm the trend has shifted. That doesn't mean I personally wait for confirmation with trading. No, we've made all the work, we've done all the work to identify a 5-wave move up here, a significant one from November into February. We've done all the work to identify an ABC structure to the downside in a possible wave 2. Could be something different, but it's all about probabilities, right? And that is a 1, 2 setup. So that indicates on a much higher level that the trend could have shifted. So as I said in many videos last week and the weeks before, and we discussed it all the time in the membership. By the way, if you want to learn how to trade with Elliott Wave, check out the channel membership. We've got educational, strategy live streams, and so on. Check that out, yeah, because you know, I want you guys to succeed as well. Eventually, you need to find your own strategy, but at least if you understand what I do and how I trade, you can ask questions, develop your own strategy based on that. But the idea is that in these support areas, you can scale in. Now, I'm not telling you to do it. Some people like to scale in when you have a valid 1, 2 setup. That basically confirmed on a higher level the uptrend. On a lower level, not yet, okay? But on a higher level, so the idea of scaling in makes sense to me, which means you never will be able to pick the lowest low anyway. That's why the idea of scaling is so powerful, okay? Because you will never be able to pick the lowest low. So sometimes when price action doesn't yet suggest the price will move up again, then you do assume that it still is following the trend. Just makes sense. So then you identify your signal levels, at which point you are going to change your opinion. And however, that doesn't mean you need to wait until you change your opinion, until you make a trade. Yeah, you don't need to trade the count. I don't trade the count. I trade the pivot points. So I buy in here, even though other possibilities are there. That's just, you know, there is more to trading and also to the markets than just simply up or down. Yeah, don't think too simplistic about the markets, please. It will burn your portfolio. But either way, you know, if you want to find out more, check out the membership. We talk about this stuff all the time. So yeah, just wanted to highlight here the possible count. So I think we've got actually this as a 1-2 setup down here. Bit of a difficult one. It would be a massively overshooting B wave, but that's a possibility. 1-2, and then we've got another 1-2 here. This would be a 3, 4, and 5 based on what we see, but obviously we are now in B wave resistance. There's a good chance to get rejected from here. So what we need to understand now is what is the level ETH needs to hold to avoid getting rejected, right? So we've got here the 1556 level, okay? That's for me the level that ideally it needs to hold. Now I can't rule out that we've got that 1-2 actually down here. Then we've got 1534. I'd rather give you 1534 as level, depending on, because sometimes we have a little bit of uncertainty on the lower degree wave count here. I would rather give you 1534. So understand it in a way that if 1560 is breaking to the downside, or let's say 1555, 1556, that already increases the probabilities that this move to the upside isn't working out, and we only had 3 waves up, as you can see. But if we break below 1533, it will significantly increase probabilities that we are going to come down again, yeah, and that we are going to make one more low. But for now, it seems like trend has shifted. At least we can explore that idea. You now know the key, again, the key signal level. Yeah, so I'm not telling you this is reversed yet. We don't have 5 waves, but probabilities are certainly shifting towards that. And I'm currently, well, already yesterday I wasn't waiting for one more low. So that's why we've got these signal levels, yeah. Okay, that's my update about Ethereum. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.